Berserk 1997, episode 12. Honestly, this was a pretty unsettling episode due to some touchy subjects. It's now morning time and Casca wakes up. She is upset with Guts even though he saved her. Like normal, Guts and Casca begin to fight, and Guts makes some remarks about her being a woman, which takes her back to this PTSD of what Aiden said to her earlier. As things began to slow down, we learn that this trauma of Casca's is even further than we thought. She tells the story about how she first met Griffith. Her family sold her off to a nobleman which wanted her for alternative causes, and during a bit of a tussle, this is whenever Griffith actually came into action. Now, he does not finish this nobleman, he gives her a sword and makes her make this decision. She ends up killing him, and then Griffith was just going to leave her there, but she went ahead and went with him. It was just so hard to watch. It was quite revealing as well. It was something that your eyes will never forget. It's just the worst of the worst, and it's just terrible. Everything you can think of to put terrible, those are the words to describe it, but it's never going to be enough. I'm starting to understand Casca quite a bit, and yeah, she's got a lot of trauma. The storytelling doesn't stop there. We also get to know more of the past with Griffith. She also shares her very much fondness of him. These stories do take place in Casca's early years of being a part of the Band of the Hawks. Part of this, Casca begins to see some change in Griffith, which I'm only going to bring up one of these. Again, very unsettling and something that should never be brought up. But we have a king that was doing very unsavory things to younger individuals. And what we get to see is as Casca is seeing from a balcony way that Griffith is with the same king. And it turns out he was giving himself out for money to actually pay forward for the Band of the Hawks. Yeah, Griffith is willing to do whatever it takes to make his dream happen. And I guess I should also include this. We get to see as Griffith was digging really deep into his skin, as Casca actually asked him about this, what she explained that this was in order to lose less soldiers. So it seemed like kindness in his heart. That is quite up in the air what was going on there. At least in that moment, it seemed like Griffith was losing himself mentally, but he does come back together. Again, it was some really hard stuff to talk about. Now for our ending, it is outside of the cave. Some of Adon's men are looking for both Guts and Casca. So in the next episode, we got to see what they do in this situation. With all of that, I rate this episode a 9.4. It's really hard to rate an episode like this, especially because of the topics that are brought up. At the same time, I hope this isn't bad to say there is greatness in storytelling here. I do think, in a way, there is ways to make these topics that are very hard to talk about talkable. It lets people out there know that they exist. Did they do it properly? I don't think exactly, but I can kind of understand what they're doing. We get to see Casca, who is her adult self, and there is censored nudity. Now, whenever we get to see that younger scene, it's uncensored, and I'm just like, wait, why would they do this? But I think they're trying to give us that same PTSD and trauma. That in itself, I mean, I didn't want to see that absolutely, but you can't deny the creative writing that makes you ingrain this in your mind, making you remember this, just like Casca does every day about what she's went through. So hopefully that gives you a little better of an understanding, at least, of what I thought. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on Berserk 1997, episode 12. Hope you guys stay safe. Until next time, peace out, guys.